Let's turn our attention now to the widower trial in Las Vegas, Nevada. When court resumes this afternoon at 2:30 Eastern, the defense is expected to rest its case. Thomas Randolph is being retried for the murders of his wife, Sharon, and the hitman, Randolph, allegedly hired to kill her. The defense introduced two witnesses yesterday, but it remains to be seen if Thomas Randolph himself will take the stand. Joining us now, Court TV legal correspondent Chanley Painter is in Las Vegas, been covering the trial for us from the beginning. Chanley, what do we expect today?
Great to be with you, Ted. I just left the courtroom 14 floors above me to get some insights for you. It is day 10 of this trial, as you know, into week 3. The state rested yesterday, and we expect when court does begin in a little bit that the defense will rest as well. If, like you said, the client doesn't choose to testify in his own defense, that is still yet to be determined. We will find out together. But what we do know is that once the defense rests, we will be into closing arguments. There's no time limits for either side, and I just received some intel on who will be delivering the closings for both sides. So the prosecution first close will be delivered by Pam Weckerly, who we've seen in action inside this courtroom over and over again, and the rebuttal for prosecutors will be delivered by the Hammer, Chris Hammer of the prosecution's office. Now, Chris Oram, one of the defense attorneys for Thomas Randolph, will be the one delivering the close for the defendant here. He seemed confident, upbeat, and prepared when I talked to him a little bit ago outside that courtroom, Ted. And he had a stellar cross-examination of the last witness for prosecutors yesterday, that lead detective. So we shall see what happens.
Yeah, well, both sides have fantastic attorneys going at it, and we'll look forward to seeing the Hammer at work in the close for the state of Nevada. Let's talk about the defense case here. What is it?
Yeah, well, so far, and likely the only two witnesses we will hear from in the defense case, we've heard from a use of force expert and a man named Michael Hogue. But let's start with Jeremy Stafford. He was called yesterday to teach this jury about elements that affect someone, especially officers involved in a use of force situation, like a home invasion situation. Because again, this defense's contention is that the defendant is a victim of a home invasion and that he had to fight for his life that night. So Stafford talks about perception and time distortions, tunnel vision, and even how a trained police officer is frequently wrong when recalling how things went down. Let's take a listen to part of his testimony.
The type of recall that you're describing and the perceptual distortion of that recall, is that more prevalent in less trained individuals?
Yes. So for example, if someone were to, I don't know, stage a shooting situation, that is an entirely different situation than, let's just say, a routine officer going out, coming upon a situation where people start firing at them, right? Yes, sir. You haven't conducted any studies with regular civilians, have you? No, sir.
Jurors were taking a lot of notes during that expert's testimony, but they also heard from a man named Michael Hogue. And he testified for the defense, saying that his driver's license, his EBT card, and other items in his wallet and backpack were stolen. And we know they were found in the possession of the alleged hitman in this case, Mike Miller. And Hogue's testimony essentially says that he was on a bus ride from LA here to Las Vegas when he went to sleep. He woke up and his backpack was gone. So the purpose of that testimony was, again, for this defense to show that certain things were missed by this investigation. They didn't even ask or look up who Michael Hogue was. They just wanted this jury to know that that was found in his possession. And the defense wants, Ted, this jury to believe that Mike Miller was capable of being the burglar and the murderer that night, the sole murderer that night.
Yeah. So what do you cover a case like you always do, Chanley? By the end of it, you can probably write the closings because you know exactly where people are going. What are you expecting to hear from both sides today?
Well, I'm expecting the prosecutors to return to the themes that we heard in their opening statements, and it was a great opening statement. I know you remember it, Ted, where Chris Hammer outlined the many problems, 7 exact problems, with the defendant's own words, because their contention here is, look, the physical evidence at this crime scene does not match what the defendant says happened that night. So they will remind the jury of this video, the walkthrough video, where he describes what happens when he found his wife Sharon shot to death in the home, and then he had to grab a gun and shoot an intruder in this hallway, but yet there's no bullet strikes in that hallway. The evidence just doesn't jive up, and they'll reflect back on the relationship between Sharon and Thomas. Wasn't in a good state financially. He had an open girlfriend, and she wanted out of that marriage. So we expect to hear that from prosecutors.